Good morning, all. Suburban Sentinel here, coming to you once again from very deep inside the Arabian Peninsula. In the last few videos, we have been talking about ammunition supply, specifically the appropriate or reasonable levels of ammunition to have on hand in case the worst hits. And one of the subscribers to the channel, Country Boy Prepper, who is himself a prolific YouTuber and all-around good guy, asked if I would do a video on magazines, and I thought, what a great idea. I will leave the link to Country Boy Prepper's channel in the description box below. Please do check it out. I've been getting a fair number of questions and comments from people who are brand new to prepping and or brand new to the world of firearms. And to those people, I say welcome. Not only is it good for you as individuals, we as a country are better off the more people who are prepared for some type of emergency or disaster type situation. So I want to dedicate at least the initial portions of this video series on magazines to those who are beginners in prepping and or firearms. Everybody has to start somewhere. Let's start with the very basics. First of all, what is this thing called a magazine? Well, it's a mechanical device that performs two functions. First, it stores ammunition for you to use in your firearm. And second, the magazine either itself feeds or assists you in feeding more ammunition into the firing mechanism of the gun. Magazines have been around for many, many years now and represent a huge step forward in firearms technology. In essence, the magazine allows the shooter to put a hell of a lot more lead downrange in a lot less time. There are two basic forms of firearm magazines. There is the integral type, where the magazine is part of the firearm itself. For example, pump action or semi-automatic shotguns. The magazine is a tube below the barrel of the shotgun in most configurations. Another example would be the lever action rifle, the old cowboy style rifle or carbine. The other type or style of magazine is the detachable. And as the name implies, the magazine is not a permanent fixture on the gun. When the magazine is empty, through one or two simple maneuvers, the magazine comes either off or out of the gun, and a fresh magazine with new ammunition can be inserted. Most of your modern semi-automatic pistols and the vast majority of rifles and carbines are detachable magazine type weapons. While magazines greatly enhance the capability of modern weapons, magazines do come with burdens and costs. First, a magazine adds a level of mechanical complexity to your weapons system. In point of fact, faulty magazines are one of the primary causes of firearm failures or stoppages. Magazines increase your logistic support requirements. Each shooter must be trained to properly operate the magazines within the weapons system. Also, maintenance requirements. From time to time, magazines do require repairs, and you must train your people to do that and have the parts on hand as well. And finally, magazines are costly. At least good magazines generally cost good money. It's going to increase your overall logistics burden from a cost standpoint to purchase new magazines and to have the proper parts on hand to keep them maintained properly. For those who are new to prepping or new to firearms, I think most people would be well advised to start with a handgun and a long gun that require no magazines. Specifically, what I'm referring to is a double action revolver and a break action shotgun. These are both fairly simple weapons. With a double action revolver, you load your cartridges into the cylinder, usually 5 or 6 cartridges, and once the cylinder is closed, you just keep pulling the trigger until all of the cartridges are spent. A break-action shotgun, usually either a single or a double barrel shotgun, you load either 1 or 2 shotgun shells into the gun at a time, and once those 1 or 2 are expended, you have to reload manually. Again, these type of weapons are relatively easy to use, require a minimal amount of routine maintenance, and are very light when it comes to logistical support requirements. These are really good weapons, especially for beginners. Now, of course, you will be outgunned if a horde of zombies come to your house in an SHTF scenario. But if your sleazy dirtbag neighbor with the stoner teenage boys comes around trying to liberate your resources, you will have much better odds of adjusting their attitudes. A double-action revolver and a break-action shotgun are high-value weapons. They are extremely cost-effective. So for those of you who are beginners, especially if you are on a budget, those are 2 great firearms to start with. That way you will be able to direct more resources towards other things, such as food, water, shelter, and the like. Well, it's been a really long day here in the desert. I think I'm going to stop this portion of the video right here. In the next segment, we'll get to the nitty-gritty for those of us who use magazines routinely. Specifically, we'll talk about how to segregate different types of magazines for different purposes and how many of each type we should have on hand for different weapons systems. So, thanks for watching. This is the Suburban Sentinel. Please thumbs up, share, and subscribe if you like what you see. Questions, enlightening comments, and differing opinions are always welcome. Prep and be safe, everybody.